Okay, so dito na po tayo ulit sa ating lesson 2 in the business mathematics, which is multiplication and division of fractions. So, but before that, I have here the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to first multiply and divide similar fractions, multiply and divide dissimilar fractions, and multiply and divide mixed numbers. Okay, so in our past lesson or in our lesson 1 in business mathematics, which is addition and subtraction of similar fractions, dissimilar fractions, and mixed numbers. So we tackle about what is similar fractions and what is dissimilar fractions. So here in multiplication and division of similar fractions, dissimilar fractions, and mixed numbers, they have the same process, which is we will have to base in our first lesson, which is addition and subtraction of similar and dissimilar fractions and mixed numbers. But multiplication is multiplication. So in this case, we are going to use, of course, multiplication or times. So to multiply a fraction by another fraction, we multiply their numerators to obtain the numerator of the product, then multiply the denominators to obtain the denominator of the product, and reduce the product to lowest terms if necessary. Pero pag hindi na siya kinakailangan na reduce into lowest term, so your final answer will be your final answer. Okay. So example, 1 over 2 times 2 over 3 times 3 over 4. So all we have to do is to multiply all the numerators. Okay, so and then multiply all the denominators, which is all the numerators are 1, 2, and 3. So 1 times 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So we have here 6, since 1 times 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And then 2 times 3 times 4 is equal to 24. So we get 6 over 24 or 1/4. Bakit nga 1/4? Because we reduced 6 over 24 into lowest terms, which is 1/4. Or 6, we will have to divide the 6, divide by 6. Okay, so 6 divided by 6, so we have 1. And then 24 divided by 6, so we get 4. That's why we have the final answer of 1/4. Okay, so yan. Another one, 3 over 7 times 5 over 6 is equal to 15 over 24. Okay, we get the 15 over 42, I mean. So we get the 15 over 42 because since we have to multiply all the numerators, which is 3 and 5, so 3 times 5 is 15. We get the 15. And then 7 times 6 is 42. Okay, we cannot reduce it into lowest term, so we have the final answer of 15 over 42. Okay, that's the process. Another example, 3 over 4 times 5 over 6 times 1/2 or 1 over 2 is equal to the same process again. We get that 3 times 5 times 1 is equal to 15. 4 times 6 times 2, we get 48. So we have the final answer of 15 over 48. Okay, next, multiplication of fraction by a whole number. A whole number can be expressed as a fraction with denominator of 1. To multiply a whole number by a fraction, we multiply the whole number by the numerator of the fraction and multiply the denominator of the fraction by 1. If the answer is an improper fraction, change it into a whole number or a mixed number. Okay, just like this one. If we will have to multiply a whole number into a fraction, so we get this one, just like this example. 3 times 2 over 6 times 3 over 4. Okay, so all the whole numbers, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them has over 1. Kasi nga, if 3 divided by 1 is the number itself, which is 3, 5 over 1 or 5 divided by 1 is still 5. 4 over 1 is 4. 2 over 1 is 2. That's why all the whole numbers have the denominator which is 1. Okay. So we have here 3 since na ginamit natin yung over 1 kasi nga all the whole numbers has denominator which is 1. So 3 times 2 times 3 we get 18, and then 1 times 6 times 4 we get 24 or 3/4 kasi nga we reduce it into lowest term. So we divide 18 by 6 24 by 6, so we get the final answer of 3/4. And then next is 4 over 5 times 5. As I said a while ago, all the whole number has its denominators which is over 1. Okay, again over 1. Okay, so we have to multiply 4 times 5 is equal to 20, and then 5 times 1 is equal to 5. Okay, so is it the final answer? No, because 20 divided by 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4. That's why we get the final answer of 4. Okay, another one. 2 over 6 times 4 times 2 over 5. So the same process. We get the whole number which is 4. The denominator is 1. So we get this process. 2 times 4 times 2 is equal to 16. 6 times 1 times 5 is equal to 30. So is it the final answer? No. We will have to reduce 16 over 30 into lowest term, which is 16 divided by 2 is 8 over 30 divided by 2 is 15. So we get the final answer of 8 over 15. Okay. Okay, next. Multiplication, I hope you get I hope you get all the whole number has its denominator which is 1. Okay, all the denominators has its all the whole number has its denominator which is 1. Okay, so let's proceed. Multiplication of whole number by a mixed number. To multiply a whole number by a mixed number, change the mixed number into an improper fraction and then multiply. Okay, so we have this example. So this is an example of mixed numbers. Okay, this is the whole number. Okay, so we have if there is a mixed number, we have to change it into an improper fraction before we multiply. So as I said in our past lesson or in lesson 1, if there is a mixed number if we will change it into an improper fraction, all we have to do is to multiply the whole number in the denominator, which is 2 and 5. So we get 2 times 5 is equal to 10. And then we will have to add the numerator, which is 4. So we get the 14 over 5. Bakit 5? Kasi nga we will have to copy the denominator, which is 5. So we get 14 over 5. And then, so proceed na tayo. We can multiply it into 5, which is 5 has its denominator of 1. So we get 5 over 1. So 14 times 5 is equal to 70 over 5 times 1 is 5. So we get 70 over 5 or 14. Kasi nga 70 divided by 14 is, 70 divided by 5 is 14. So we have the final answer of 14. Next, 3 and 2 over 3 times 4 is equal to 11 over 3 times 4 over 1 is equal to 44 over 3. Okay, bakit? Kasi nga we multiply 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Add the numerator, which is 2. So we get the 11. 11 all over 3. Bakit? Kasi nga we copy the denominator. And then 4 over 1 kasi nga 4 is a whole number and it has its denominator, which is 1. So 11 times 4 is 44, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So we get 44 over 3 as our final answer. Okay, next, this one. 2 and 4 over 5 times 2 times 1, 3 over 2 is equal to 14 over 5. Kasi nga 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. We add the numerator, which is 4. So we get 14 over 5 kasi nga copy the denominator. And the whole number is 2. So that's why we get 2 over 1 kasi nga it has a denominator, which is 1. And then 5 over 2 kasi 1 times 2 is 2. And then plus 3. So we get 5 over 2 kasi nga copy the denominator. So we multiply all of this. So 14 times 2 times 5 is equal to 140 all over 10 kasi nga 5 times 1 is 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So 140 divided by 10 is 14. That's why we get the final answer of 14. Okay, next. Multiplication of mixed number by mixed number. Okay, paano kaya ito? As I said a while ago, na kapag meron tayong mixed number, we have to change it into an improper fraction. Okay, so 2 and 2 over 3 is equal to 8 over 3. Kasi nga, 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Plus 2, we get the 8 over 3. Kasi nga, copy the denominator, which is 3. And then, times 13 over 5. Kasi nga, 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. And then copy the denominator, which is 5. So 8 times 13 is equal to 104 over the 3 times 5, which is 15. So we get the final answer of 104 over 15. And then ito, 2 and 5 over 6 times 3 and 1 over 5 is equal to 17 over 6 times 16 over 5. Kasi nga, the mixed number is, we change the mixed number into an improper fraction. So we get 17 times 16 is 272. And then 6 times 5 is equal to 30. So we get 272 over 30. The next, 3 and 6 over 5 times 1, 7 over 8 is equal to, okay, diretso na tayo dito sa final answer, which is 315 over 40. Okay, understood? Next, okay, these are our final answer. Okay, let's try this. I have here an example. Okay, Fernando are partners in sharing profits. and loses 1 over 8 to Dexter, 1/4 to Eduardo, and 5 over 8 to Fernando. To find the share of each of the partners in a net profit of 24,500 pesos, we simply multiply the net profit by the corresponding fractional part. So, ayon dito, all we have to do is to multiply the profit, which is 24,500. We'll have to multiply this one into all the corresponding fractional part, which is 1 over 8, 1 over 4, and then 5 over 8. Okay, so let's try this. Dexter has, Dexter's share is 1 over 8, so we have to multiply 1 over 8 to 24,500. Okay, so the same as Eduardo's share and Fernando's share. Okay, so these are the process. Dexter's share is 1 over 8, so we will have to multiply it in the net profit, which is 24,500. So 24,500 multiplied by 1 over 8, and the result is 3,062.50. Okay, so ito po yung kay Dexter. The same process lang naman of the share of Eduardo and Fernando. So we get these are the results. So Dexter's share is 3,062.50. Okay. Ayan. Ito po yung kay Dexter. And then Eduardo's share is 6,125. Then Fernando's share is 15,312. And then a total of 24,500, which is the net process. Okay. Therefore, in a profit of 24,500, Dexter's share is 3,062.50. Eduardo's share is 6,125, and Fernando's share is 15,312.50. Okay, let's go to division of fraction by another fraction. To divide a fraction by another fraction, invert the divisor, change the divisor to its reciprocal and multiply. Okay, just like this one. 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 4. Okay, so we are going to change it, change the divisor to its reciprocal. So this is our divisor, which is 3 over 2. 3 over 4. So change it into its reciprocal, which is, gawin lang natin is, baliktarin lang yung 3 over 4, which is 4 over 3, and then change the operation into multiplication, which is from division to multiplication. So we get that 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 4 is equal to 2 over 3 times 4 over 3. This 4 over 3 is the reciprocal of 3 over 4. So we get 8 over 9 kasi nga 2 times 4 is 8, and then 3 times 3 is 9. So we get the final answer of 8 over 9. Next is 5 over 8 divided by 4 over 7. So 5 over 8 times, kasi nga we change the operation into multiplication. This operation to multiplication. And then 4 over 7, the reciprocal of 4 over 7 is 7 over 4. And then proceed to multiplication. So we get 35 over 32. Next is 3 over 7 divided by 2 over 3 is equal to 3 over 7 times 3 over 2, kasi nga 3 over 2 is the reciprocal of 2 over 3. So we get the final answer of 9 over 14. Okay. Division of whole numbers and fractions. To divide whole numbers and fractions, the whole numbers are always treated as fractions with the denominator of 1, as I said a while ago. Okay? Then we proceed as in division of common fractions. Okay, so 5 divided by 2 over 3 is equal to 5 over 1. Bakit 5 over 1? Kasi nga, all whole numbers has its denominator which is 1. So we have 5 over 1 times 3 over 2 because 3 over 2 is the reciprocal of 2 over 3. That's why we get the final answer of 15 over 2. Okay, no need to reduce it into lowest term because it is not necessary. 6 divided by 1 over 4 or 1/4 is equal to 6 over 1 times 4 over 1. That's why we get the final answer of 24 over 1 or 24. Kasi nga 24 divided by 1 is 24. Another one, 4 over 7 divided by 5 is equal to 4 over 7 times 1 over 5 kasi nga the denominator of 5 is 1, so change it into its reciprocal which is 1 over 5. So we get the final answer of 4 over 35. Division of mixed numbers. To divide mixed numbers, we always change the mixed numbers into improper fraction and proceed as in division of common fractions. Okay, so 8 and 1/4 divided by 2 and 1 over 8. So first we will have to change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 8 times 4 is equal to 32 plus the numerator which is 1. So we get 33 over 4 which is the denominator. And then the same process, 2 times 8 is equal to 16 plus 1. So we get 17 over 8. But we will have to use its reciprocal which is 8 over 17. That's why we get the final answer of 264 over 68. But we will have to reduce this one into its into lowest term. So we get 264 divided by 2. So we get the 132 over 68 divided by 2 is 34. Okay? So marireduce pa rin natin yung 132 over 34. So we have 67, ba? Okay, so we get 66, I mean. So we get 66 over 17. So the final answer is 66 over 17 is the final answer. Okay? Another example, 25 and 1 over 5 divided by 5 and 1 over 3. The same process, change it into improper fraction and then use its reciprocal which is 3 over 16. So the same process. Okay, so next example is 40 and 3 over 8 divided by 2 and 1/4. The same process, that's why we get the final answer of 1292 over 72. Okay? Okay, try this one. The plastic cups at the school cafeteria each holds 2 over 3 cup of orange juice. The orange juice bowl holds 24 cups of orange juice. How many plastic cups can be filled from the one bowl of orange juice? All we have to do is divide 24 by 2 over 3. That's why we have 24 divided by 2 over 3 or 24 over 1 kasi nga we have the denominator of 1. And then, nope, mali po ito. So, this, the reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 4. So, instead we have 3 over 4. So, multiply 24 times 24 times 3 is 72. Okay, so we get 72 all over 4. That's why we get the lowest term is we get 36 over 2 or 18 kasi nga 36 divided by 2 is 18. That's why we get the final answer of 18, which is this is wrong kasi nga hindi natin nagamit yung reciprocal ng 2 over 3, which is 3 over 2. Okay, therefore this is 18, this is 18. So therefore 18 plastic cups can be filled from one bowl. Okay, okay, so we have reached the end of the slide. So I hope you understand, I hope you learn from our topic, which is multiplication and division of fractions. So I hope you listen carefully. Thank you and God bless.